What is up, guys? Matthew here, and welcome back to our FIFA 21 career mode here with the mighty Borough in the Premier League. And we are back in the thick of it, well and truly. It's December, it's a busy one, and we're kicking off this very busy month with a trip to the runaway league leaders, Manchester City. This is a brief update on where we are in the league. Of course, it's been a couple of weeks since the last episode, but yes, Man City unbeaten in the league. Conceded only 9 goals so far this season, and with a win against us, could go, well, depending on what happens with Tottenham, I guess, could go at least 5 points clear, if not more. So, yeah, this is a tough test for us against City. Of course, we do 3 games an episode, so that's going to be followed by West Brom and then Aston Villa. Brief update on our current form, obviously. A bit up and down. We haven't won in the last 4. Our last win came at home to Newcastle, which was a well-needed win in itself, obviously after what was a very tough run of games beforehand. But that win was followed by a good point at Tottenham, a solid point against Palace before we got another point at Manchester United, which was a huge point away from home. And then we had a disappointing setback when we lost 2-1 at home to West Ham, despite leading that game. So, feels like we've took a step back following that defeat. We'll have to see if we can pick it up, but it's going to be a very tough game. We've got a scout report here to see what players are coming through. Potential needs to be well into the 90s. Like that, Nathan Wills will keep him scouted. Sebastian Bradley, not good enough. Harrison Hunter, not good enough. Joseph Townsend, not good enough. So Nathan Wills is the only one at the moment looking like he's worth scouting further. So anyhow, currently in the league then, as for us, we are in a pretty solid position. It's where you'd like to be. Edging a little bit closer to the wrong end. Only 5 points clear of Chelsea, who happen to be in the bottom 3. But we do have a game in hand on a lot of the teams above us. So any point against Man City is going to be absolutely crucial. So let's get to the team sheet. So the team we're going to go for is pretty much the strongest 11 we can. Back 4 remains pretty solid. Gibson isn't 100% fit, but I'd rather have him in there for this game. McNair and Saville in the middle. Roberts is in the middle with Balassi, Hudson-Odoi, and Danny Ings is up front. A strong bench once again. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game. We're going to have to be very focused, very concentrated. Look at the team we're coming up against. Very impressive. So yeah, this big test ahead. We're at home, away from home to the unbeaten leaders of the Premier League.
Hello and welcome, and if the weather forecasters are to be believed, we're in for a very rainy night here at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. I'm Derek Ray here on the commentary box, and I'm joined for commentary by Lee Dixon. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It is Manchester City, and they face Middlesbrough.
Thanks, Derek. Yeah, really looking forward to both teams producing entertaining football. Let's see if we get that.
A special talent, and he's been doing it for a long time now, you've got to say. Sergio Aguero.
Well, I hope these defenders have read the player notes for this game. They're up against the goal machine. They need all their focus and attention to stop him scoring today. Watch this space.
One of the best strikers in world football, Sergio Aguero.
Alexander Zinchenko starts with Joao Cancelo in the fullback positions. Sergej Milinkovic.
Couple of new faces in there for Man City, I've got to say.
And leading the line is Sergio Aguero.
Not sure where De Bruyne is, but Giroud's on the bench for them. That's a surprise. Great visuals at the start of the Etihad. We have a very good record here in real life, actually. Last time we came here in the Premier League, we drew. And we beat them in the Cup a couple of years back too. And yeah, City have always struggled when coming to the Riverside as well. We should have beat them when we were in the Premier League, if it wasn't for Leroy Sané diving twice. And oh, nice Blue Moon as well. Nice touch. Good song. But anyway, we've had a good record away from home. We've went to the likes of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Old Trafford, got points away from home. I'd love a point here against City. Let's do it.
This should be 2-1 defeat at home, wasn't it? And I don't really see
Not too sure who this guy is. Milinkovic-Savic or something like that, but he's huge. He's a huge central midfielder. City playing it in and around the area as you'd expect them to. Dale Fry managed to just do enough to put off Sergio Aguero.
They've just got to keep pushing. Surely a goal will come.
Aguero absolutely sliced that. Good ball to Balassi, who's brought that down really well. Here is Danny Ings. Ooh, tried to play in George Saville there. If that ball had gone through to him, we could have been in. Roberts. Handball, free kick.
Well, that could be his final rebuke, I think, and the referee's making that absolutely clear.
Well, I like that,
George Saville's over this.
Nice and strong.
Got to say,
Exactly what he was
there is
thinking.
space in behind these City defenders, and you know the right pass at the right time could definitely get through them. So I'm not worried about their. Obviously, they've got a good defence. Haven't conceded only 9 goals this season, but yeah, could we maybe cause them a problem or two here? Saville with a free kick, and it might have snuck in the bottom corner, but not enough power on it really. Although the goal kick from Edison, not a good one. Here's McNair.
Dangerous looking attack. Ings.
Danny Ings looking to turn the defender. Oh,
To put an end to that attack.
don't know why that pass didn't go through to
Counter-attacking possibilities here.
Hudson-Odoi instead of playing it through to Roberts. But anyway,
Forward effectively.
Bernardo Silva.
Joao Cancelo.
Cancelo playing it in. Here's Aguero.
Sterling.
Sterling. Oh, it's a good save from Bettinelli. Wasn't the greatest strike in all fairness by Sterling, but
Paddy McNair.
well, could we maybe counter-attack now as McNair is hacked
Free kick here.
down to the ground as we were on the counter-attack. Surprised that wasn't a booking.
Roberts.
Roberts. Great play from Patrick Roberts. Danny Ings. Oh, and Balassi was in, but he was offside. How close? Oh, he's level. I think Danny Ings is level there. I think that's incredibly harsh. Ings squared the ball. Balassi had a tap in. I think he's level. I think that's a very harsh decision.
Let's join Alan McAnally because I understand there's been a goal in the Aston Villa game. Alan.
Once again, causing them problems as Ings almost gets the ball through.
Derek, and that should be an absolute belter.
And he read it well, intercepting it.
Well, we've gave the ball away in a really bad position there.
It could be for
Aguero looks for Sterling.
Brilliant crisp and
Oh, Fry stood him up really well and is unlucky.
getting the touch.
And then there's a tap in.
And the second time of asking, and the keeper feels hung out to dry.
And that's a disappointing goal to concede.
He's one of the players all of a sudden. Great stuff.
Gave the ball away
Well, as we see, there'll be an
in a
inquest
pretty
between
bad
keeper
position. I
and
mean,
defence.
Fry, I don't know what's going on there.
They'll be saying, why didn't you catch it?
I mean, Fry got the tackle in. Somehow Sterling managed to somehow keep hold of the ball. I don't know if we were just unlucky or Fry wasn't strong enough. And then that rebound could have went anywhere, but it went to a Manchester City player. And despite a good start, we're 1-0 down.
Get things. Milinkovic-Savic.
Here is Savic, goal scorer. Gibson with 2 very strong tackles and does really well to come away with the ball. And well, if Gibson can keep running into space here, good play from our centre-back and our captain. Ings needs a bit of support though. He's got it with Roberts. But the shot is blocked.
Let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Possession from Borough.
Ings can't quite hold the ball up.
Milinkovic-Savic. And here's Cancelo.
This would be a real
And a chance
kick in the
to win
teeth here if City could get a second before the end of the first half. Oh, Balassi's been beaten
Bernardo
there.
Silva.
Silva.
And here's Cancelo.
Oh, he's beaten Coulson and we're losing out in all of the
Milinkovic-Savic.
battles there in
An important piece of
defence, and
And that will be all for
that
the
was a
first
crucial
half
block
of
by
the
Spence. I think that would have been 2-0, but regardless,
Well, this lot are just like my back
tight game.
Arsenal.
But unfortunately, one mistake has been punished by the top of the table team, and we're 1-0 down. Roberts has done so well there. Here's Saville. Danny Ings is in behind, and Edison makes the save. First big chance. Didn't have the space to get it back on Ings' right foot, so he had to take it with his left. But again, we're looking good in their final third. That time we got the ball that we needed. Just couldn't finish it off. Corner comes in.
Not fantastic defending. Let's see if it helps the
And
opposition.
the referee has somehow, for some reason, give them a free kick.
That's the end of that for now. Clears it away.
Oh, lovely play there. Nice flick from Hudson-Odoi as we were struggling to get out there. Spence has options, but he can't find them. And that's proven to be the issue. The final ball getting beyond this City defence.
That's a well-struck pass.
Good build-up play down the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva wins City a corner. Oh, City's pressing is tough, and we've lost out to it there. They're not aggressive with the press, but they do it well enough to stop us from getting out. Gundogan trying to get the better of Ben Gibson, who has defended really well today, and well, albeit not a really strong effort, still have to be saved. Can City finish us off here from this corner? Looking at the near post, and again they're aiming for Mendy, but didn't get a clean header on it. And can we maybe try and get something on the counter-attack here? Throw it to Coulson, who's got the entire left-hand side and plenty of options. One of them's Roberts! Oh, and defended at the last minute again by City's defence.
Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack.
We're not far off getting through this City defence, but Sterling will come out ahead of Spence there, and a bit of trickery gets him the ball, but his pass was a bad one. Still comes back to City though. Good block from Dale Fry. Comes back though. Save is there. But once again, the ball falls straight to a man in blue. And Raheem Sterling looks to have sealed the win for Manchester City.
It's easy to be critical, and I'll stress I've never been a goalkeeper, but surely he's got to do better than that. His mistake leads to the goal, no doubt about it.
Well, the two goals that City have scored haven't been good ones, but doesn't matter really. We've been so close to getting into that position to have a really good chance on goal.
Apologies to our viewers for cutting
But unfortunately,
to confirm Burnley have scored in that match.
looks like we won't be coming away with a point against a top team today. Looks like the leaders of the Premier League will extend that lead that they have. Mendy plays it infield. There's so many City men in and around the box looking to have a shot. Saved again. That time though, it didn't come back to a City player. We just can't get out here. And Gibson, well, tries to clear it. He can't get the ball out either. And that's a good foot in eventually. And possibly, can Balassi start a counter-attack here? He's been chased down by Cancelo. Balassi has not got anybody to help him. So the shot had to be taken, and Edison was equal to it. I don't know where Ings or Akpom were not busting a gut to get in there. Which was easy for Bettinelli. But, I mean, we've huffed and puffed in this game. I don't think it's been a bad performance. And I think, honestly, we should have had a goal in the first half. Because Yeah, Balassi would have had a tap in, and he was onside in the build-up. Nevertheless, Roberts is in, and once again, Edison is equal to it. Could have come away with something. But it's another save by the keeper. We have had chances, but this is the best defence and probably the best goalkeeper in the league at the moment.
And he's fired over the corner. Well,
last chance maybe. Comes out to Saville, but the referee blows his whistle. And we come away from the Etihad with a 2-0 defeat.
They did the business today, and all in all, a really solid team effort. Well done.
Well, wasn't expecting to get anything really from City. We were hoping a point could do it. I think we narrowly missed out by just their quality in the end. So let's head to a game that we should expect to hopefully get something from, as we host West Brom, who I'm not sure where they are in the league. They're in the relegation zone actually, so it would be a good opportunity for us to just stretch that gap from them a little bit and hopefully get back on the winning way. So a whole host of changes for this one. Mostly, well, it is just down to fitness. A lot of our regular back four are not fit enough to start this game. Obviously, it's not very often you get midweek games in the Premier League, but December is one of the rare periods where you do. So Spence has had to come out for Dijksteel. Howson has had to come in for Fry. Hall's had to come in for Gibson. Coulson is still fit. Morsy's in for McNair. Roberts does maintain his starting place, although he's not 100%. Tav comes in for Balassi. Murphy comes in for Hudson-Odoi. And Akpom comes in for Danny Ings, who is fit, but I felt like I'd give him a bit of a rest. But still, I'm expecting this team to go out and get a result against West Brom. We are at home. They are in the relegation zone. These are the games that we've got to look to be winning.
Sam Field.
Field with a good ball out
Edwards.
to Edwards.
Gibbs now.
Kieran Gibbs
Beautifully weighted ball.
on the left wing. Good ball in field here, and what a block that is from Grant Hall.
Defending. Well, real difficulty.
Didn't mean to clear it with a pass, but, well, West Brom with a huge opportunity early on. What a block from Grant Hall. As another ball comes in that has to be dealt with. But an early warning sign there from West Brom. We hope to maybe give them an early warning sign of our own. We won't be with passes like that. Gibbs with a good through ball into Edwards. Howson stands him up really well. Forces him backwards. Good block from Morsy though, and a very good interception. Good play from him. Is it going to be worth it though? The first pass is blocked, comes back to him though. Here is Roberts. Marcus Tavernier is in, cuts inside, Tavernier! Saved by the keeper, our first big chance. Cuts inside, solid enough strike. Saville with the corner. Dijksteel looks like the man who's going to be on the end of it. And that was very close. Caught that really nicely. That was in the top corner. Just too high.
Well, that was the chance to take the lead, and the manager's frustration is
very
there for all
close.
to see.
Here's Harper for West Brom. Well, loads of room in the box. And Howson with a good challenge. As West Brom are finding themselves in pretty good positions. And it's took two last-ditch blocks to save us, really. Coulson does well defensively, although that touch has beaten him. Well, I don't know how he's been beaten there, House, and luckily Saville
The attack promising as it
came
was.
across
Scuppered there.
and did well.
Roberts.
And now Roberts.
And a
Here's
turn full of
Akpom.
promise.
Roberts has made a great run in behind. Akpom just can't find him.
Decisively.
Ah, last pass again letting us down.
Samfield. Matias Saracho. It's with Timothy Fosu-Mensah. This looks promising.
Here's Aracho. Oh, he's beaten Grant Hall like he's not even there. And again, Johnny Howson with a huge block. That was massive. A massive block of the cross and then the shot. As this will be the final act of the first half. The first half, which in all honesty has not been great. West Brom have had the better chances. We've not really done much going forward.
And he's fired over the corner.
And the header
He'll take efforts like that
is
all
saved
day
by
long.
Bettinelli, and that should be it for a first half, which hasn't been the
So
best.
it is, the first half story has Edwards. Space on the flank.
Here's Edwards, causing us real problems down that left.
Over the touchline for a throw in. And a chance to whip it in here.
Hall stands him up well, but they're in the box, and it's another block.
Did his job defensively.
Well, how many is that? That's maybe 3 or 4 huge blocks that we've made.
Just a reminder, we have more
in this
absorbing action
game.
from the Premier League coming your
And
way
we just
here on
cannot
League
get
TV.
going
It's Middlesbrough
in the
facing
attacking
Aston
third.
Villa.
Yeah, game after game.
Here's Saville. Can we get something going as we've
Ings.
changed our formation? Took
Giving
Roberts
you the
off.
goal on the Chelsea game.
Gone
Alan.
4-4-2 with 2 strikers.
8 minutes played, 1-1.
Thanks, Alan.
Just struggling to,
Excellent
again,
defending.
just cannot keep the ball. In our final third, it's been a terrible performance going
Kyle
forward so
Edwards.
far.
They will now make use of the substitutes bench.
Free kick in a good position here from George Saville. Can we make something of it?
Well, options at the back post.
Floats it in.
The keeper
Danny
was up
Ings
to
is
the
there.
Well, it's a decent effort, but it's a
But
real
once
opportunity
again,
goes begging there.
big chance.
Well, Derek,
couldn't
just
make the
look at
most of
those
it.
stats, not created enough chances. They
I
really
mean,
haven't.
that's-
They need to up the tempo,
them stats
put
are
the
damning,
pressure on,
really.
then they should win this game.
Playing a team 18th away from home, they are.
And they'll get
And,
ready for the throw in.
They've had 6 shots to our 4.
75 minutes played, 2-1.
Cheers again, Alan.
Well, is there going to be a winner in this? Or are we destined for a 0-0? We might not be. What a save!
Really good diving stop.
As West Brom have another huge chance. Played through, Hall not close enough. He's had a really poor game. And Bettinelli had to be strong. Well, only one
Played into
team
the centre of the box.
looks like they're going to win this game, and it's not us.
Well, he knew what he was doing defensively with the concession of that throw in.
Although I say they've just give us the ball back. We've passed it straight back to them. Pereira.
Looks
The
promising.
acceleration. The acceleration. He's
Nobody
beaten
keeps the ball.
2 or 3 Borough defenders, but luckily a strong challenge from Saville. Edwards.
Mateus Pereira.
Here's Pereira. He's got such good pace and acceleration. As soon as he gets the ball, he's away. And they're in again. Howson with another block. And then it's the side netting that saves us.
Well, 0-0 for long periods. When the chance comes along,
Don't know how many chances this guy has had. Howson again, right place, right time. And then we're just lucky he can't put it away. Second time of asking. That says it all. Hunu, I think his name is. 5 shots. Akpom, 1.
Well, the action is going to continue for a while yet. We will have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Here is Akpom.
We have
Saville.
entered the final minute of normal time.
Here is Akpom. Not really where we want him, but we're going to have to probably put this ball in anyway. Back post!
And fails to keep
And of
himself
course,
onside,
Jacob
unfortunately.
Murphy cannot keep himself onside. He's miles off.
Romain Sawyers. Saracho.
Last chance of the game as we approach 94 minutes.
And Reed here.
It might be a very rare 0-0, although that ball forward is quite an incredible one. Could West Brom nick it at the death? Fosu Mensah plays it in. Howson puts a foot in there. It's hit the post. Comes back out to Edwards. And the referee, well, as they were in the box, blows the whistle. We were almost at 97 minutes. And West Brom hit the post in the final moments. We were absolutely terrible.
Well, he did contribute, but over the piece and on balance, needed to offer a bit more.
Absolutely terrible performance for us. At home, we were not good enough. Didn't create a thing, really. And we were really lucky that a couple of blocks from Johnny Howson. And, yeah, a couple of missed chances from them is what kept it at 0-0. Really bad day for us at home to a team we should be beating. Well, something really interesting has developed. And that is an offer for Chuba Akpom from Villarreal. They've offered us 17.7 million for the striker. Bearing in mind, at this moment in time, he's unhappy. He has just been in my office, ironically. Basically asking when his contract's going to be, when we're going to sort his contract out. And I said, we'll do it soon. But he wasn't happy with that. And it seems like obviously bringing in Danny Ings has upset him anyway. And, yeah, Chuba Akpom is not a happy bunny at all. And, well, he submitted a transfer request, which I wasn't made aware of, I don't think. But he's unhappy with his playing time, he's unhappy with the team's performances, and he's unhappy with his contract. It seems like Chuba Akpom, it seems like Chuba Akpom is on his way out. He's got 1 year, 7 months left on his current contract. So, if we are going to get rid of him, now would be a good time to do so. He's 26. And let's see what we are sort of advised that he is worth. Yeah, nothing about him handing in a transfer request. So between 16.2 and 23.8. So this is at the lower end of the, I guess, the bracket that we expect him to be worth. But compare it to the previous offer we had from Red Bull Salzburg, it might have been 13.8. This is miles higher. I'm going to try and negotiate this, because I think if we can bring in 20 million for Chuba, then we can replace him with another good striker. It's a shame, really, because he was a vital part of our promotion team, of course. And, it's Unai Emery, of course, manager of Villarreal, who we'll be discussing this with. We know what the bracket is, up to 23 million. So we might be a little bit cheeky at first. Not sure where in Middlesbrough this setting is. We must have won out of town. But we're going to go in and we're going to say 21 million. I think it's a good place to start. We could obviously go right at the very top of his bracket. In fact, I'll edge that to 21.5. See what they say to that. Hopefully he doesn't walk out. But we'll set the bar really high and maybe come down a little bit. See what he says to that. Oh, well, they're not willing to budge at all. They've added a sell-on clause on the end. So this could be a little bit awkward. Alright, we'll come down. And we'll say... Take a 1.5 million off that. Maybe go for 20. Don't think they'll accept this. But we'll come down a little bit. We'll meet in the middle somewhere. Are they going to nudge it up a little bit? Nope, that's our final offer. Well, so we've got an unhappy player. Do we just take the money? Or do we just push one more time? They've added a little bit more on the sell-on clause. I don't know if we're being greedy. We went down 1.5 million. We'll go down another 1.5 million. 18.5. I have a feeling they might just accept this. Come on, Umai. There we go. Okay, we've settled on that. We've had to bring it down a little bit, but we've got more out of what they were originally offering. So Chuba Akpom, albeit all goes well in terms of his negotiations and his contract, he will be leaving us for Villarreal in the January window, which means by the time that this is all done, we'll probably be without him for 4 games, because you don't want to be playing a player who is on his way out. So we'll see how that goes. If anything falls through, I'll let you know. But it looks like we might be saying goodbye to Chuba Akpom. As another club have came in for him at the same time. I thought Athletic Bilbao have come in for him. I don't think we can do anything until he's currently negotiating. So if anything falls through with Villarreal, at least there's a second option there for him in La Liga. So anyway, as that rumbles on, we have a game against Aston Villa, a team we just never can beat. We can just never beat Aston Villa. It's a fact of life. We never beat them in anything. Hopefully we can change that in the career mode today. But as we sit in 11th with a game in hand over West Ham, we can actually go above them. And maybe even above Sheffield United up to 9th. Which isn't a bad thing, really, considering the run we've had. It's hard to think after the start we've had. We've only won 4 games this season, which is a real shock, to be honest. We're only 5 points above the bottom 3 as well, so a win would be huge. They are just below us, so we would drop below Aston Villa if they were to beat us. We don't look like we're going to score a goal. Let's hope that this is the game where that changes.
In this game.
Yes, Derek, high pressing is their game, but there is a risk attached to it. If the opposition break through that press early on, you can be left vulnerable at the back.
Here is Ongisa for Aston Villa. Trying to find Ollie Watkins, but Gibson is there. Villa seem to be playing a real high press, so beat that press. And we'll hopefully be in a good position here as here's Danny Ings. Ings has been allowed to run into the box, and Danny Ings opens the scoring. We've struggled for goals for the entire episode, and yet within minutes of this, we've taken the lead. And it was this run from Roberts. Takes the central defender away, opens up the space. Mings can't keep up with Ings. Mings and Ings. And when we need our Premier League striker to finish, he's done exactly that. But it was all about that run from Roberts, taking the defender away, creating the space, and Danny Ings did the rest. His 8th goal of the season.
1-0 then.
And that's the perfect start. Exactly what we needed. Looking like a short one here from Aston Villa.
Favoured a short one here.
Murphy's out quickly to try and stop any early cross.
John McGinn.
Again, Traore. Again, it's dangerous play on the edge of our box. The worst to defend.
Fruitful looking attack.
And look at this, that's all they're looking for. They're looking to just pass the ball into the box. How's he kept the ball there? It's Dale Fry. Does extremely well to get a foot in, and this might be our best route of attack.
Space for them here.
And that's to counter Aston Villa as they look to pile men forward. Good play between Spence and Hudson-Odoi as it's headed back in. Comes back out. Saville now on the edge of the area, blocked. And Ings just couldn't bring the ball under control.
It's with Trezeguet. Well, he could really get
Oh,
up the
Trezeguet.
opposition.
He's beaten Dale Fry there, who's out of position, really.
Still behind, but the pressure mounting.
And Geeser on the edge of the box.
A chance to whip it in.
Fry with a crucial block. Although it's dinked back in, headed down.
Could be a bit deflated,
But headed wide
but he was being tightly marked.
by Ollie Watkins. Coulson, I think, just came in and did enough to distract him there.
Something with that ball.
That target. Ollie Watkins, loads of room here. They've got men on the overlap. And they've got the equaliser.
A back and forth type of game. Now they're level.
They just had men on the overlap. They dragged the ball across one side to the other. And Traore,
Here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put
with a
it
good
through.
finish,
There's
we were
still
just
a long
dragged
way to
across.
go, but the keeper presents
He was
a
free on the
little
right.
bit of play, and he's punished.
And he
That's
managed to
quite
finish it
remarkable.
past Bettinelli. It's been coming from Aston Villa. They've been really, really intense and really sharp. We've had to defend really, really well to keep them out.
Well, the earlier goal cancelled out.
But they finally get the better of us, and it's 1-1.
And Sanson. Wonderfully weighted pass.
Here come Aston Villa early in the second half, and Traore, well,
Goalkeeping of the highest order.
I don't know how he was free on the left-hand side there.
The bar and round the post. It's about being brave and diving at players' feet.
But, I mean, all of a sudden, look at this. I mean, Villa, for as good as they are going forward, they've left it wide open at the back. Oh, and Jacob Murphy, as Hudson-Odoi's shot is off the line. They caught us napping at one end, we caught them at the other.
Not a particularly strong challenge.
Great dribbling, though, by Hudson-Odoi, who has a shot that's blocked. And just like that, we have a couple of chances. As Murphy's chip was blocked.
Well, this
And with
man
the
will
keeper
get
off his
multiple
line.
credits for his contribution up to this point, Lee.
We had a shot cleared off the line. Here come Aston Villa.
Just before half-time can be crucial.
Spence is going to have to get Trezeguet,
Well, he
whose
needed
header is wide.
downward direction on the header.
Just a little bit more quality in front of the goal.
Good tackle by McNair as Spence comes away with the ball. Again, Villa have got men forward,
Fruitful looking attack.
which allows us to get into the final third. Roberts with a shot.
Both gloves on the ball.
And that was a poor finish. Straight at the keeper. Should be doing better there.
It's Sanson.
Here's Sanson.
Target with it.
Target with a little chip inwards. John McGinn. Traore's there! And Traore has put Villa in the lead with a great goal.
He's off celebrating.
What a ball that was. Cut through our defence like a knife, and it was a good finish from Traore.
Well, here it is again. It looks a simple
I
goal.
mean, it didn't look like there was anything really with McGinn on the edge of the box, but what a ball.
He does that, and it's in the back of the net.
And he just has to get something on the end of it, Traore, and he does exactly that. And Aston Villa have came from behind and now lead us by 2-1.
Could cross
Well,
it in here.
Villa could all but seal this game as they are throwing men forward again. Target does well, but Spencer's equal to it. Hudson-Odoi can't get out as
In possession from Borough.
McGinn is all over him.
Dangerous looking attack.
Villa looking to kill this game off and well and truly put it to bed. They're in the box again.
But equal to it.
And Bettinelli keeps us in it.
Again from this corner. It probably would be the end of the story.
Yeah, good save.
And the substitution will occur now.
So Traore, score of both their goals with a corner. It's out to Bunker. Saville with a good challenge, although
Possession.
It's still not out. Can we maybe play the ball out and catch them on the counter-attack here?
No one is leaving.
Here's Spence.
Still close. And here they come, still pressing for an equaliser.
Waits for the run of Hudson-Odoi.
Time to play it over.
Cross of sorts is there. Headers in from Saville.
Well, they can bring it out now. Well,
And Murphy couldn't turn it in.
Front, and that's been recognised by the supporters. They just need to hold on a bit longer to see this out.
Here's McNair getting us going once again. Fletcher challenged, fouled.
And it will be a potentially dangerous free kick.
Well, unless something miraculous can happen in the next minute, it's going to be another defeat for us as our season continues to just teeter away. 93 minutes, and there's the final whistle. Another defeat after we originally took the lead.
It makes it hard to take. Still some positives though, and they will regroup and surely go again.
The Premier League is beginning to catch up with us. Despite taking the lead, Aston Villa have came from behind and have beat us by 2-1.
Played superbly well, looked really sharp, constantly playing on the shoulder of the last defender. A real handful.
Not good again. Like against West Ham, we took the lead, we couldn't hold on to it, we lost the game. We've done exactly that, and now that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Premier League games without a win. With Wolves and Liverpool up next. It's not looking good for us at this moment in time. Yes, we're 13th, but the relegation zone is 5 points away as we just continue to slip a little bit closer each time. We are a long way from the dizzy heights that we were once at when we were in the top 6, 7, even the top 8. Yeah, not good. I don't know what's happened with us, but we're just not scoring goals as frequently as we once were. So we need big improvements, and we need to get through this month as we've got, well, a game every 2 or 3 days with Liverpool and City in the next group of games also. Hopefully in January we can maybe look to replace Akpom and help us going forward. But that bright start we had, if you remember, we look back to August and it looked so easy in them early days when we beat Leeds, beat Burnley, beat Leicester, all looked rosy. But yeah, to be fair, following that 5-0 hammering we had at Sheffield United, we won 1 in the last 10, maybe? Not good. So we're going to have to bounce back, and we're going to have to bounce back quickly. Let's see how we go in the next episode. 13th currently in the Premier League. But if you've enjoyed this video, guys, as always, hit the like button. Do subscribe to this channel for much more FIFA 21 content to come.